Good morning, Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch. So, I have just been trying to get stuff done. And it was pretty windy yesterday, and I had a lot of stuff to do in the house, so I ended up not doing day 7 or 8 out in the garden, whatever number I was on. Yesterday I did nothing in terms of bed prep. All I did was go get water and water a couple times, and then I just finished watering. And today I think I'm gonna go into town and get some Amdoro, or see if I can find my diatomaceous earth. I need to do something about those ants. It is time to eradicate ants from around the interior of the courtyard, at least, because I got a lot of ant hills to worry about. The ants are real out here, and I just really don't want ants right there in the middle of my garden where I'm in the pathway. And I gotta start working on this area over here. So I actually might get on this now because I'm not going out of town. So today I'm probably gonna be working on this. But since I gotta go into town, I may not. And I've got other things going on. So I'm trying to get something functional set up. Now, this is just kind of laid out here. Just real fast kind of thing. But I had these tiles all out there where that other pile of tiles are. And I thought somebody was going to take them, and they ended up not. And I thought maybe I'll use them in here in the shack if it doesn't collapse. In the next year or something, I'll put some tile in there. Because I'm thinking this shack is going to be the planting house. Because there's a cistern of water with a hose here. I got a sink, and it'll also be my washing room for I have a washing machine in there. And there's a wood stove in here so I can keep the place warm a little bit longer. And for growing seeds in there and keeping plants, whatever needs to be done. And I have a bunch of lights. I just need to get some shelves. Anyways, so soon, I think I bought some paint before I came out here, and I'm thinking I'm going to try to paint that door somehow, because it just really looks horrible. I mean, nothing here is really all that horrible. The wall itself is in good condition there, and it looks okay. This stuff, well, I don't necessarily mind this wood being here too much, and I like this thing it's on. This is really ugly, but it is kind of functional, and I'm probably going to move it over to the corner, and I'm going to put this thing here, which was in the shack, and it had firewood on it when I bought the place, and I used up the firewood, and I've been using it in the shack all winter, but I don't really want it in there, and so I am going to move it over there, and then this is going to be my plant area that I work on plants here, and I can, when I'm watering plants, I can set them here after I've watered them and I've got the water set up. It might move around. I don't know how I'm going to have it all arranged, but I did test this out, and this actually kind of works pretty good. And then the hope is that the tiles will just sort of slow the water down a little bit. Capture some of the water before it gets down to the wood. This isn't really a permanent solution, and I might want to do some kind of a water catchment surface, something or other underneath. That's actually a good idea, because that's just wasted water right there, you know? You always want to have, when you're off grid, you always want to have the water doing double duty. Everything's got to earn its keep, right? So, you know, it's a work in progress. But I'm super thrilled to have these little rack things. I never thought of it, but I'm not going to use them to display anything. I'm going to use them when I'm watering, so I can just I can come up, bring a few plants over, water them, and then set them on these things, and then put them back in their place. You know. And I can use it for just processing stuff in general, like my seedlings. I can work with them out here. And I can do the up-potting or whatever needs to be done. So this thing needs to go over there on that wall. I'm hoping, maybe. And I need to get my guy out here to help me move it. And this thing needs to move too. And this is kind of heavy too, and that's why I haven't moved it. But that's like roofing stuff. So that's important. And I've been wanting to put it in storage, and it's just a little heavy, but you know what? Maybe I can do it later. I might be able to get that one moved, but this one is pretty heavy. You know what? Maybe I'm stronger. You know what? Actually, I think I can drag that over. So, yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. So today, I'm going to be messing around here, doing some stuff inside. There's dishes. And hopefully get started on this garden. Maybe I'll just do a broad fork, and that's it, you know. And then if I feel like doing a little more, I will. But once you get it broad fork, that's when you want to start the whole process. So once I do that, I got to keep going with that. All right. Crystal at the Rain Dance Ranch. Real excited to get my deck set up, and it's gonna look so pretty with plants and stuff back here. Oh my gosh, I do like this deck, but it gets really sunny for most of the day, and I also need to think about putting up some kind of a shade. And I do have an umbrella with an umbrella stand that I'm going to bring up here for now. But I do also have a triangle thing that I might be able to attach two sides there and then one side over here somewhere. That would be really nice. It'd be really nice to have that triangle thing over here in front of this window, because this room gets really hot really fast. And I do want to do something about that as well. Anyways, so I got a lot to work with. Oh, and is that a butterfly? What is that? He just landed on me and I blew him away because I thought it was a bug. And as soon as I blew it, it was like, I recognized it as a little butterfly. It was something I've never seen before. Okay, so now I got to do research about butterflies. But before I do research about butterflies, check this out. These, I believe, I'm just totally guessing off the cuff. I haven't looked into it, but I think these are those perennial sweet peas. And the nice thing about them is that they're perennials. And the thing that I don't like about them is they don't have a scent. That's what I remember when I did research on them. And then when I got here last summer, these things were growing. These are like the sweet peas of the desert, because they did not get very much water. And here they are. Survived the winter, came right back. And look at all of the organic matter. So I'm liking this thing. And looking for, and it was like coming up like this over here. So I want to really, I think I'm going to put, I should do that today because that's easy. I have a trellis I'm going to stick right there. It's going to look good. All right, Crystal at the Rain Dance Ranch. Progress has been made.